Hey guys, Mr. White here with my first video on how to succeed in algebra class. Seeing as how this is the first video of many, I'm not going to get into any specific topic today. I'm not going to solve any specific examples or cover any certain material today. Instead, I'm going to lay a foundation and hopefully get you thinking about how to approach this class. See, up until now, you've taken a lot of good math classes and you've learned a lot of good skills and you've solved a lot of problems. For example, maybe you've mastered your multiplication and division tables and you can multiply 3 times 9 is 27. Maybe you've learned how to simplify expressions, combining like terms, the distributive property. Maybe you've even mastered how to solve equations, one-step equations, two-step equations, equations with the variables on both sides. And the steps. See, the thing with all of these problems is they're all very linear. You do the steps, and the final answer works out to be just one number, right? In my first problem, my answer was 27. The second answer, my answer was 4x minus 8, which, yes, that is really just a number. It's an expression, but it's also a number. My third question, the answer worked out to be just 3, right? So if you know those basic skills, you are in a good spot to succeed in Algebra 1, but you have to make one change in how your brain thinks about math. The problems in this class, in algebra, are going to be open-ended. They require you to understand the concepts. So if you're able to solve a one-step problem or a two-step problem or even a three-step problem, that's great. That means you have some of the basic skills to succeed this year, and I'm sure you will succeed this year. However, what you need to appreciate before going into any algebra class, if you wish to succeed, is that a true algebra problem is more open-ended. It's more based on a process. It's understanding the concepts and the associated vocabulary. For example, I'll write a function. Now, this is something that is usually not talked at all about in 6th, 7th, maybe even 8th grade math classes. We have f of x is equal to 3x plus 10. And again, I'm not going to go into functions today. This is something for a couple months down the road from now. But the thing that you have to understand is this is not just a simple problem where you subtract 10 on both sides or you divide by 3. Instead, you have to understand at a much deeper level what is written here. You have to understand this is a function. And I can ask you many different things about this function. I could ask you what the independent variable is or the input. I could ask you what the dependent variable is or the output. And you have to understand what those things are. I could also ask you to make a table of values. I could also make you graph this, sketch a line on a graph. I could also ask you whether this is linear or nonlinear, discrete or continuous. So the point that I'm really trying to hammer home here isn't necessarily just functions. We'll learn about functions, and I'm sure you guys will do great when we get there in just a couple weeks. The point that I really want to make, the number one tip I can give you for a successful Algebra 1 school year is to slow down and think about the bigger picture. Think about the concepts. So as you watch future videos as part of my channel here on YouTube, I want you to slow down and really listen to me, maybe even watch the videos more than once when I'm explaining the concepts. Because if you truly understand the concepts behind the math, then you will have a successful Algebra 1 school year. Thanks for watching my first video, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to get other videos on other math topics. Let's have a great year.